Hello one and all, my name is Ryan Bruce, my friends call me Fluff, and today on Riffs, Beards, and Gear, I finally get to check out the Uberschall Ultra from Bogner. Of all of the amps I have ever plugged into, whether that is here at home or in a studio environment or at something like NAMM, one of the amps I have the least playtime on would be the original Uberschall. I plugged into a few different ones and there's a few different revisions. I'll let you guys fight about how the differences between those in the comments. However, it was always kind of hard to gauge exactly what the amp did because every time I would play it, I wasn't with it, in my own setting. I wasn't using my guitar. I was using just a demo guitar and things like that. So it's hard to judge what an amplifier is actually capable of without your own stuff that you're familiar with, right? So in my mind, a Bogner Uberschall I always associated with Parkway Drive's Deep Blue record. That was a boosted Uberschall with a greenback Marshall 412 for the album tones. I love that guitar tone, and I kind of have an idea of what the original Uberschall sounded like until the new Knocked Loose record. My buddies Jeff and Drew did that record, and they used the Uberschall Ultra for the whole thing. That's when I decided I need to get one of these. Now, before we go any further, this video is brought to you by the fine folks over at Sweetwater. Whether you're looking for a small battery-powered amplifier or a boutique-level fire-breathing monster like the Uberschall Ultra that I have here today, Sweetwater has got you covered. I will link down below in the description if you feel like going amp shopping for yourself. And while you're down there, please consider subscribing. All thoughts and opinions are mine. Now, the Uberschall Ultra is building upon the legacy that was built by the original Uberschall, and to me, this sounds like Reinhold kind of threw all the bells and whistles and possible updates and mods into one amplifier. It's basically the Uberschall Deluxe for all intents and purposes. It's been modernized, it's been updated, and this thing's awesome. Real talk, full disclosure, I love this amplifier, and I can't wait to show you guys how it sounds. So the Uberschall Ultra is a 2-channel amplifier. Now on the far left is the global controls, and the global controls include presence, depth, and density with an Uberschall Hair and Hair Plus voicings available. This is basically like a presence shift or like a presence boost, and the density, think of it as like a round knob, right? So if you get any spikiness due to any combination of what you have going on here over here at the channels, you can kind of round off the topmost frequencies with the density control. It kind of gives you more of like an in-the-face effect or dials it back a little bit, okay? This control should be dialed in with your ears and not with your eyes, okay? You can make this section not sound great. You can also make it sound really, really wonderful at the same time, okay? So moving on, we have 2 channels. We have channel 1 and channel 2. Now channel 1 has 3 different modes. It has the clean, crunch, and Uber voicings, and channel 2 has the crunch, Uber, and ultra voicings, okay? So each one of these channels can do different things, and you can set this amplifier up to do a number of different things. You also have a tight and fat mode, along with another 3-channel kind of voicing, which includes bright, focus, and doom. Perhaps the best named mode on this entire amplifier, or any amplifier for that matter. Doom, I'm in. Now on channel 2, there's a metamorph control. Now the metamorph is just basically more or less of whichever mode you have it in. So for example, if you have it tight, moving it counterclockwise makes the sound more tight. Now with both of the channels and all of those modes that we just covered, there is also a built-in boost that you can have on either channel 1 or 2, and there's a switch on the back to make it so it can only be enabled on channel 1 if you want it. So That way you can kind of select, like, you can go from a boosted clean tone to a straight up lead tone and not have the boost engaged on channel 2. Just as an example of how to use the boost switch. The boost switch sounds to me like an overdrive in front of the amplifier. Like, I'm pretty sure that's what's going on. It's like just a goosing of the volume at the input stage. That's how it feels. That's how it sounds to me. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but it chugs. Now let's go ahead and do a little bit of a playthrough. I'm going to switch to my Sparkle Ernie Ball Music Man Stingray with a Seymour Duncan distortion in the bridge and a JB Jr. in the neck. I figured this would be a good opportunity to do something a little bit more passive than some crazy active guitar like I did with the tune. So yeah, I'm gonna grab my guitar, I'm gonna go set up the camera, and we're gonna do a little bit of a playthrough. So what do I think? I asked Sweetwater for this amplifier because I just heard so many things and I've watched so many clips, and I thought, that is right up my alley. That is exactly how I kind of want an amplifier to be voiced, as far as like where the mid-range sits natively and where it can go and not go, for that matter. At the time of this filming, this amplifier retails for just over $3,300, and I always thought of the Uberschall as crazy bonkers expensive, but now that everything has gotten expensive, keep in mind that's $300 more than a Mesa Boogie dual rectifier, multi-watt, brand new. So suddenly the $3,300 doesn't seem like a crazy amount of boutique money. I feel like it's been at that price point for a really long time before the price hike though. So I don't know. $3,300 is a lot of money. Can you get these tones from other amplifiers for less money? Maybe with the EVH Stealth series, although that's just a different voicing, and I feel like this amplifier is much more versatile because of the amount of modes it has per channel, along with the Metamorph knob and the included boost. And I feel like everything is just more usable. However, be warned, if you do try this amplifier in person, you can make it sound bad, okay? Dial with your ears, not your eyes, and you will be greatly rewarded when the amplifier finds its sweet spot, and it just is so, so good. It's such a great experience. It feels good, and this is instantly in my top 5 favorite amplifiers of all time, and instantly going in the amp shelf when I'm done shooting this video. So yeah, take that for what you will. All the clickable links down below in the description. Shout out to Sweetwater for sponsoring this video. And with that, you've been wonderful. I've been Fluff. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.